Here are the steps you need to follow. Step number 1, you want to choose your preferred business checking account. And when we talk about CITI, there are 4 business accounts to choose from depending on your expected cash flow needs. So before you even choose, make sure that you think about your your cash deposits, your transactional volume for 30 days. So, and you want to estimate that how many transactions you're going to have through the accounts. So here are the 4 types of business accounts to choose from. So you have the CITI Business Streamline checking accounts. So this is great for new and growing businesses. So if you have a startup, you might want to think about this account. Here you have up to 250 basic transactions monthly. And then you have the CITI Business Flexible checking accounts. This is great for bigger companies and the small, I would say mid-sized and larger companies. So this will benefit companies with higher balances and more transactions. Here you have up to 500 basic transactions included monthly. And then you have the CITI Business Analyzed checking accounts. So this is basically a non-interest bearing account that can help you offset eligible banking fees. And the 4th category of business checking accounts at CITI is called the CITI Business Interest checking accounts. So this is a checking account that allows you to earn interest. So this here, it includes up to 25 basic transactions monthly. So here you have it. You have the CITI Business Streamline checking account, the CITI Business Flexible checking account, the CITI Business Analyzed checking accounts, and the CITI Business Interest checking accounts. So all of those 4 checking accounts that I just mentioned to you, they include online banking, they have debit cards. You have the ability to access a feature called Bill Pay, so you can manage all of your bills online in one place. They have account alerts, they have security and fraud protection, and they have mobile, so you can make mobile transfers, pay your bills, monitor transactions, and more. And so besides those 4 accounts that I talk about, CITI has specialty programs also depending on your industry. So CITI can actually tailor small business solutions to fit your specific business needs. And but if you're interested in that, just make sure that you actually talk to a rep at a branch before opening your account. Very important. So do not open your accounts online, but open it over the phone or at a branch and talk and ask about those specialty programs first. Step number 2, you want to choose your preferred business savings account. By the way, welcome back to the show. We really appreciate having you here. Thank you so much for being here today. We really love it. And so step number 1, you have to choose your preferred business checking accounts. Step number 2, you want to choose your preferred business savings account. Now, we advise all our clients, and we have been doing this for the last 20 to 25 years, that we've been telling them, when you open a CITI business account, when you open a CITI business checking accounts, always open, in addition to that, you want to open concurrently a business savings account, because you basically can actually reap more benefits. You can actually reap more benefits in terms of rewards, in terms of business funding. If you were to ask CITI for a business loan, a business line of credit, a business credit card, they will be more amenable to you if you are able to cultivate a better relationship, a diverse relationship with them. And a diverse relationship comes with multiple business accounts that you need to have with them. Okay, so when we talk about preferred, when we talk about the options when it comes to business savings at CITI, you have the CITI Business Insured Money Market Account. So that's called IMMA. So here you have competitive interest rates. You have check writing. You have unlimited monthly deposits. So even though this is a money market account, it comes with check writing capabilities. This is really good. So you have also the CITI Business Savings Account. So here you have a competitive interest rates and unlimited number of deposits. So this account does not have a check writing capability. And you have the CITI Business Certificate of Deposits. So you have competitive interest rates. You have a variety of maturities available. Okay, so this is really what you need to think about. So is an IMMA savings account or CITI best for your small business? It really depends. The thing is, you got to think about what's important for you. Do you need the money quickly? Do you want to access your money whenever you need it? Do you want to build a cash reserve for your business? Do you want to make sure that the funds, whatever funds you put in a savings account, stay liquid? This is really important. So you want to think about that. So if you have an IMMA or savings account, that's what you have. If you have a CD, you can save up and set money aside for future purchases. So you can think about emergency reserve, emergency funding. You can select from a variety of maturities available, and you can plan for your future with a fixed rate of return. So I want you to see on the screen right now. You can see here the difference between you can compare all the savings account at CITI. You have the CITI Business IMMA, you have the CITI Business Savings Account, and you have the CITI CD. You can see this on the screen right now. That's just fantastic. Step number 3. You have to explore CITI Small Business Services. And this harks back to the comment that I made earlier about you trying to solidify your relationship with CITI. See, when you open a CITI business account, you just don't open a checking account and that's it. You just don't open a savings account and that's it. CITI is a national colossus when it comes to the financial industry. They have branches everywhere. And at one point in time, they were the number 1 bank in the United States. I think right now they're like number 3 or number 4, but they're still a biggie. So that means what? That means that when you open a business account, you want to complement that with additional services, because the bottom line is you want to make sure that you have a strong relationship with CITI, so that when you need them for funding, you need them for operational services, you need them for anything else, they will be there for you. Okay, so when I talk about funding, we're talking about now when it comes to business credit cards, CITI is not really the best when it comes to business credit cards. They only have 2 business credit cards, but hey, listen, it is still something. Okay, and but they can actually take care of you when it comes to business loans, lines of credits, equipment financing, and other types of funding. So what kind of business services are we talking about at CITI? So you have cash management. So cash management, for example, allows you to actually set up your business up for success. It gives you one place to manage all of your finances. So you have things like receivable management. You have remote check deposits. You have mobile check deposits. You have CITI Business Lockbox. This is really good. You have an automated clearinghouse, the ACH. You have payable management. You have wire transfers. You have automated clearinghouse origination. You can enroll with Zelle. You have bill pay. You have risk management. So what I'm trying to say here is that you have a constellation of services that you can offer. Okay, and the thing here is that this is why I was just telling you, CITI is so big. They offer so many services that you are going to win if you expand your relationship with them. So in addition to cash management, they also offer trade services. So things like letters of credit. They also have digital banking. So you can see that they have a smorgasbord of services, a smorgasbord of opportunities, a smorgasbord of facilities that they offer their small businesses. So avail yourself of those opportunities. In addition to digital banking, trade services, and cash management, they also offer merchant services. And merchant services are really cool, especially if you accept, let's say, electronic transactions, you accept credit cards or debit card payments. This is really, really good for you. If you want to make it easy for customers to do business with you, this is kind of cool. So you want to go with CITI Merchant Services, okay? And so with CITI Merchant Services, you can accept major credit cards and debit cards, along with other business management solutions. When we talk about credit cards and debit cards, we are talking about Discover also, okay? And so basically, when you sign up for CITI Merchant Services, they have in-store solutions, they have online solutions, they have mobile solutions, and they have other solutions that you can discuss once you open the account, once you open an account with them, okay? So you're able to accept payments. You can improve your cash flow. This is really important. You can manage security, which is really important. And what we love about CITI Merchant Services is that they have a constellation of tools Okay, you have tools that allow you to not only do the tracking, do the expense monitoring, the profit and loss and whatnot. And those tools are pretty cool when it comes to filing your tax returns at year end. Because when it comes to filing tax returns at year end, you don't want to scramble to trying to find data here and there because things are so scattered across the place. You want to have a consolidated place where you just go and grab the data, and that's what CITI Merchant Services offers. Okay, so they also offer payroll and HR services by Paychex. So they have actually partnered with Paychex so that they can offer integrated payroll and benefits solutions that can actually simplify running your business. So you're talking about you are able to process payroll online or by phone. You can automatically pay federal, state, and local taxes. You can select plans to fit your budget and needs, and you have expert help available by phone or online. Fantastic. Okay, so you have payroll and HR services. Fantastic. And so in addition, what we love here is that the partnership with Paychex is a win-win. It's a win-win because you have fraud protection and management. You can manage HR data. You can go mobile. You can stay compliant. You can run payroll your way. And you also have same-day ACH. Fantastic. Step number 4. And I want to quickly remind everybody of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to open a CITI business account. So you got to prepare your application paperwork. So let me just kind of walk you through very quickly the important documents and pieces of information that you need. Okay. So by the way, you can visit a CITI branch, or you can open your account over the phone. Now they give you the option to open your account online, but in our experience, dealing with this process for the last 25 to 30 years, if you want to open a CITI business account, go to a branch, sit with a branch manager, or sit with a rep at the branch and have all questions answered. You can ask all questions and have them answered before you open the account. Okay, so when you go to a branch, bring things like a government issued ID. So we have a driver's license, passport, and have your business formation document. Okay, this is important. And make sure that you have your business name, your taxpayer identification number, that's your EIN. Okay, you want to talk about number of employees, the transaction activity, in other words, the sector you're in. Okay, it's important. And for all individuals associated with the business, CITI wants to have the name, the date of birth, the residential address, the citizenship status, the country of residence, the country of citizenship, their social security number, or their individual taxpayer identification number, or other, any other type of government issued ID. They want to have CITI wants to have the percentage of ownership. And if you have associated individuals, CITI wants to have things like account signers, authorized signers, owners of the business, 10% or more. This is important for CITI. All owners of a personal investment company or business trust, and the controlling persons. So CITI wants to have a clear idea about the controlling persons. So when we talk about controlling persons, we are speaking about any person with significant responsibility for managing the business. For example, the president, the managing member, a general partner, a treasurer, a chief executive officer, a chief financial officer, or a chief operating officer. Step number 5, you have to know the requirements that are based on your specific legal structure, because CITI has different requirements depending on the kind of legal structure you have. Okay. By the way, I want to quickly remind everybody again that we are speaking about how to open a CITI business account. So I've talked to you about how to choose your preferred business checking accounts, how to choose your preferred business savings account, how to explore the constellation of small business services that CITI offers, from cash management to trade services to digital banking to merchant services to payroll and HR services, okay, to So I spoke to you about preparing your application paperwork. Now let's talk about the requirements. You need to know the requirements based on your legal structure. So let's start with the sole proprietorship. So if you're a sole proprietorship, you got to have the social security number of the owner who will sign on the account, the fictitious name registration, also known as trade name registration, certificate of assumed name, registration of alternate name, or assumed name registration. Sometimes you hear the term DBA, doing business as. For a partnership, CITI wants to have the social security numbers of all the partners who will sign on the account, the partnership agreement, the fictitious name registration, okay, the information regarding the individual beneficial owners of the business. So beneficial owners are those who own directly or indirectly 25% or more of the equity interest of the business. So this information, CITI says, is collected to help fight financial crime. So CITI just wants to have that. If you're an LLC or LP, CITI wants to have the social security numbers of members, managers, of partners who will sign on the account, the operating agreement. So the operating agreement may not be necessary if it's not required by the state. So additional supporting documentation may be requested for account opening. So CITI wants to have a limited partnership agreement. This applies only for LLPs, a certificate of formation or organization for LLCs, and a certificate of limited partnership for LP. And CITI wants to have also a fictitious name registration. And there are also information regarding the individual beneficial owners of the business. So again, the same thing applies here. Beneficial owners are those who own directly or indirectly 25% or more of the equity interest of the business. And here is the information if you have a corporation. So CITI wants to have the social security number of officers, the social security numbers of officers or directors who will sign on the account, the bylaws of the corporation, the articles of incorporation and any amendments, the certificate of formation or organization, the board of directors minutes. Okay, so if there's any meeting, CITI wants to read the minutes, signed and dated. Those minutes must be signed and dated. The fictitious name registration. So information regarding the individual beneficial owners of the business also. So same thing applies here. So those are people who own directly or indirectly 25% or more of the equity interest of the business. And so if you have an unincorporated association or organization, CITI wants to have the social security numbers of officers or directors who will sign on the account, the bylaws, the certificate of formation or organization, the board of directors meeting minutes, signed and dated, the authorization letter on company letterhead, fictitious name registration, and also information regarding the individual beneficial owners of the business. So this is for that. And for the last type of I would say, quote unquote, business, for nonprofit. So if you have a nonprofit organization, you need to review the entity type above that I just spoke to you about, associated with your nonprofit organization, to determine which documents to provide: partnership, LLC, corporation. But in addition to that, CITI wants to have a 501c tax form or state nonprofit registration, okay, so that they're pretty sure that your nonprofit is legit. And also, one thing I want to say here is that for nonprofit organizations and unincorporated associations and organizations, there are some specific rules that you have to actually abide by depending on the states you're trying to open the account in. This is why I always say it's a lot better to go to a branch, to have a conversation with the rep, so that you can ask all questions, because there are certain things that there are certain conditions or certain pieces of information that are not updated on the website. And you know that laws change, business laws change all the time, so it's always better to contact CITI Business. So speaking of CITI Business, just contact them, okay? You want to go to the nearest branch. This is our preferred strategy here. You can also apply online if you are an existing CITI customer or over the phone, okay? And so if you want to talk over the phone, you can call one of Citi's customer service specialists. The number here is 1-877-528-0990. So this is the Citi business service account. So again, it's 1-877-528-0990. And so this is kind of cool. So this is kind of cool. They are available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So those are really, really cool. But overall, it is really great. When we think about Citi business accounts, it's just fantastic overall, because opening a Citi business banking account for your company has many benefits, both personally and professionally. But again, we're saying this because we have experienced this for the last 25 to 30 years. Okay, people talk about Citi not having a good reputation. They do have a wonderful reputation. Things happen. If you have a company that is as old as Citi, stuff is bound to happen. But we should not let, episodic situations define what the institution is. Things happen from time to time, but you got to look at the long run. So for us, after having studied this institution for 30 years, we believe it's just great to open a Citi business account. The benefits far outweigh whatever minute detriments that there might be, if any. So a Citi business bank account allows you to keep your finances separate. You're able to segregate your personal affairs from your business affairs. This account helps you maintain liability protection, helps you streamline the tax process, helps you establish business credit, but most importantly, helps you tap into a wealth of funding capabilities, of sophisticated business services, and other things that only a financial behemoth such as Citi can offer. And in the long run, it's a win-win situation for you, because you are winning, you're accessing wonderful services, and Citi is also winning because they have you as their customer. Just fantastic. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to open a Citi business account. So the steps are: you have to choose your preferred business checking account, your preferred business savings account. You have to explore Citi small business services, from cash management to trade services to digital banking to merchant services and to payroll and HR services. You have to prepare your application paperwork. You need to know the requirements based on your legal structure, and you need to contact Citi if needed, Citi Business if needed. So the legal structure here are sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC or LP, corporation, unincorporated association or organization, and nonprofit organization. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Once again, I will see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.